Okay, Kai. So Solex is a direct sale company, an MLM. Why? I feel like that's outdated. You think direct sales, you think Amway, New Skin, Zango, those kind of companies. Why is Solex also direct sales? Kind of scary.
Yeah, well, I can see how it could be kind of scary. The direct selling concept, it's an old concept. It's not new, but I also think it is very current. It just depends on how it's delivered. And so when you look at the old Amway version, the original version of direct selling, which was also, it has a few other names, network marketing, multi-level marketing, and those derived over time based on the compensation plans that were given and in trying to overcome maybe some negative connotation that was out there. But yeah, it can seem scary, maybe in other ways a little icky, right? But the core of direct selling is direct selling, meaning person to person. That is the core effort. And so where is there person to person direct selling going on today? Well, not only do you have the current companies that are formerly direct sales companies, but you also have affiliates who rep Amazon products. You have influencers who go onto social media channels, create following because of their influence, and then from person to person, they offer something that they love and they get compensated for that. The truth is, all of us are direct sellers, but we typically are doing it by direct sharing. We share with our friends, we share with our families, we even share with new acquaintances things that we love, things that we enjoy as we get to know each other better.
Direct sales isn't scary. It's just the way that things are worded that sometimes puts people off. It's the wording.
Yeah, the wording can get in the way, but there is a core. When you say scary, there's a lot of things that people fear,
Yeah.
right?
The thing that comes to mind is pyramid scheme.
Well, that could be, and the pyramid scheme or the concept of direct scaling or multi-level marketing is where you have multi-levels. And commonly, the people who are fortunate to get in early and be at the top of a large organization built a large organization with the help of many other people. They get compensated the gross amount, while the people lower in the structure get paid the least. Now, it was Solex, as we built out Solex and refined our offering and created the direct sales model, the one thing that was critical for me was that we alter the way that direct selling is to revert to the core principles on which direct selling was built from. What's the core principles of a direct selling company or the direct selling model? Well, it's that you have a company here that does the research, the development, and creates products and offerings and services that are unique in the marketplace. And instead of marketing them directly through traditional channels like TV and billboards, they market through individuals. And so then the direct selling model is an agreement, a licensure in legal terms, agreement between the company who makes the products and wants to sell them with the people who are going to share the products and be compensated for sharing the products. In the most simplest way, that is the agreement. You see that agreement in so many ways, like rewards programs for people who, hey, share our TV service or our phone service with your family and friends and get a $50 credit, and they get a $50 credit. We know so many versions of this because at its basic tenet, we all do it all the time. We share our favorite movies. We share our favorite restaurants. We share new restaurants that we went to that we loved. We share great experiences that we've had with a product. We talk to somebody who has a need and we're like, oh, I know what you need. Try this. This works. Even without any reward or compensation, we do that. But in our lives, day to day, we have to also earn some money to live. And so why did Solex create this model within the direct selling model as far as the distribution of its offering?
Yeah.
We think that there is a great marriage between that, the person and the company. And we believe that there is great value in that relationship. Of course, maybe some would argue certain products could be delivered in the traditional manner, TV ad spots, marketing through advertising. There could have been a pathway there, and maybe it would have saved some money, or maybe it would have been less successful. But we do believe that there's a mutually beneficial win-win concept in having individuals share the product and service with others, where they win, they can grow freedom and independence and compensation in their life. the company can win as well.
When we were talking about the older companies that have been around longer that do have a direct sales setup business plan, you said there are the fortunate people that got in at the right time at the top. And then there's still people beneath that are doing all the work, and the people at the top are still getting paid for these people's work, right?
Yes.
If I understood correctly, what you just said is Solex is set up differently.
Yes. Yeah. Thank you. I don't want to use the term disgusting, but I think over decades, the compensation structure got out of hand. Whether it was desperation or opportunity, and the idea was, oh, well, if we can get these people who have a lot of influencers, bring on a lot of people, then we as a company will win more. And the nastiness of that situation is, yeah, the people on top made a lot of money.
Yeah.
And people down below often didn't make any money.
Yeah.
And thus there was this churn that really developed within the market. Well, I'm going into making an opportunity to earn some money to help my family and help my circumstances. And I'm really not making any money. In fact, I'm losing more money every month than I'm making. So this doesn't work. And the tolerance for that is only a few months. And then they're out. And the byproduct is most companies hope to win customers for life because of that. I think it's a little bit of although I think the intent going into it was, I think the way it's become delivered is not pure at all. Because where's the money made? Well, if we're just going to talk real hard terms and talk about money, talk about revenue, where is the actual money earned or realized for the company or anybody in that process? It's earned by the person who shares the product with somebody else. Let's just talk products. If you went out and shared, if I'm the company and we have an agreement, hey, you take this product and you share it with more people, and if they buy, I'll compensate you on it. Well, but what if 10 levels up, somebody you don't even know got the majority of that money?
I would be pretty mad.
Yeah. Is that fair? Is that person who's 10 levels up even know what's going on?
Probably not.
They don't even know about the relationship.
Their name.
Yeah. They don't know that you're sharing it. They hope that you are. They're trying to build a structure there. And there is value for organizing groups and getting them motivated and educated and inspired to do things. Mm-hmm. But where is the revenue realized? It's realized in the relationship between people. Mm-hmm. If it's a good product that you love and you love talking to others about it, and you do talk to others about it, and those people want to join as well and become customers or also become distributors of that or affiliates of that program, you should win the most, in my opinion.
You did all the work.
Because you did all the work. Could others win and become? Yes, they could be compensated nominally as you go up the chain. If you were multi-level, Solex is not multi-level. We don't pay out at levels. We have compensation based off of the direct relationship, and that's where the majority of the revenue is shared.
Can you explain that a little more? When you say you don't pay out at a level, what does that mean? If someone's paying at a level versus not, what does that mean?
A lot of compensation plans, which is the agreement in which you enter into that, hey, you share it, you sell it, we'll pay you some compensation, have levels built into them. The percentages are based on the level in which that transaction takes place. What happens is you could be paying 5 levels deep, 7 levels deep, 10 levels deep, meaning if I'm within the levels of pay, I get compensated from that transaction 5, 7, or 10 levels deep. Even though I'm this far away from the transaction, I still get compensation from it. But where should the gross majority of that revenue be realized?
The person who made the sale.
Yes, the person who was being vulnerable and out there sharing with somebody else, whether it's a friend, a family, a stranger, a cold call, whatever it might be. That person who spent the time to create that relationship in order to educate and then persuade and share and let the product persuade itself to the purchase should be the person who is compensated the most. I think that's a core tenet of the original structure of direct selling, and that's what Solex has tried to bring back to the marketplace, where we pay 45% on the points of the transaction go directly to the person who made. You look at other compensation plans, and this is important. When you're looking, we talked about scariness, right?
Yeah.
There might be a scary tone to just starting a business, and there is. We all need compensation to live, to buy food, to put gas in the car, all the things, to pay rent. So we know that we have to work for compensation, right? And so it goes back to the idea of, well, How do I want to work? What do I want to do to be compensated? And thus, Solex offers an avenue for you as an individual to create compensation for yourself, and you get to govern that, right?
Yeah.
If you get past the scariness of I have to do something to earn something, and the scariness of going on your own, right?
Of not having I'm getting paid $13 an hour and I get this much every 2 weeks.
Yes.
Yeah.
Correct. Yeah. It seems like a security, but it's truly a false security, right? I mean, we might be able to hide in a large organization as a corporate employee for a while, but we know that we're vulnerable because it's very fluid now in most corporate environments where if they need to cut staff, they cut staff. If they need to reduce budget, they reduce budget, and that might affect you personally. It doesn't matter how many years you've been with the company. So creating assurances where you can gain the skill, deploy the skill, and be compensated for deploying the skill is important. So with that said, what are you looking for when you're looking in the affiliate market, the influencer market, the direct selling?
Solex calls it a QLA.
Yeah,
the
Solex calls it
influencer.
a quantum living advocate, advocating the products or services. It all falls, it's nomenclature, right? We can call it this, we can call it that. It doesn't matter what we call it. We call them QLAs, but really what are we talking about? We're talking about an influencer or an advocate, somebody who wants to distribute a product or service and be compensated for that. Right? When you're looking at making that decision, two key things to look for. One is, do I love the product or services that I'm distributing? Is it easy for me to talk about these things? Are they fun? Are they enjoyable? Do I find myself on Google researching things about this product or the ingredients in this product or this service and how they could benefit individuals just because I love it so much? When you are in that space, it rolls off the tongue. You love talking about this stuff just to talk about it. You could talk about it all day long. You found a product or service or products and services that you enjoy. So number one, make it easy to talk about. Let me make a comment about influencers real quick. Everybody's an influencer. You have influence. It might be great, it might be small, but everybody influences. Show me your network and I can probably show you your paycheck, right? The greater the influence you have on a greater network, the greater the paycheck is. The smaller the influence of an internet network, the smaller the paycheck is. It's just the rules of the game. But the truth is we're all influencers, and the idea is to grow your influence by sharing things that you find valuable that others find valuable as well. You create groups. You find your tribes. Okay, so that was number one. Love what you share. Number two, be fairly compensated for what you share. Not all compensation is the same. Let me give you a quick example. There's a company that just launched a protein product. That protein product cost a month. Pretty expensive. You look at the ingredient deck and I have some questions there, right? Is it worth that? They're in the direct selling space. Their compensation, the amount of volume tied to that, which is commissionable volume, which is how they create compensation, is 10.
Volume.
Okay.
Can you explain what volume?
Okay. Volume is usually there's a dollar amount and then there's a volume, commissionable volume tied to that dollar amount.
So this dollar amount for this product is 80.
And then the commissionable volume is 10.
So for every $80, it's 10
There's
volume.
10 volume that
Okay.
goes out. Now, that alone is grossly unfair to the seller.
Can you put that volume into money for us?
So then what does that look like? If I were to take that protein product and I shared that with you and you love that protein product, you want to buy it and you spent $80 a month on it. And in their compensation plan, they had different levels of payout. The highest level of payout, it's called a diamond rank, is 10% of the commissionable volume. Okay, so let's do some translation here. You spent $80.
Okay.
That created 10 commissionable volume, and I earned 10% of the commissionable volume. How much did I earn? $1. On an $80. So that's why I say it's important to understand the compensation that you're earning.
Can you compare that to an equal compensation for Solex?
So let's do that. So how many units do I need to sell? If it's 10 commissionable volume, if I sold $800 worth of product, that's 100 commissionable volume. If I sold $8,000 worth of protein at that company, it was 10,000 commissionable volume, which means I get $100. I sold 8,000 to get $100.
That's crazy.
So the equivalent is, well, when you sell 1,000 volume, which for us, it's going to be around, for Solex, that's usually spending around, it's around $1,500, let's just say. $1,500 in actual spending.
Okay.
Creates about 1,000 volume, okay? So it's going to be closer to $1,350 is the ratio right there. But $1,350 in dollars spent creates 1,000 volume. Okay, 8,000 spent to create 1,000 volume. $1,350 to get 1,000 volume. But what does that 1,000 volume pay you if you were the one selling that? Well, we pay 45% on that 1,000 volume. You made $450 on the 1,000 volume. Does that make sense?
Yes. Okay. So the 8,000 in the other, this protein, is 1,000 volume. You'd make $100.
Correct.
At Solex, to get 1,000 volume, someone would spend around $1,300, and we would make how much?
$450.
So you're looking at $100 versus $450 and significantly less work.
Let me compare that to even others. That's a worst case scenario. Terrible. I would never sell for that company ever, because I don't want to make an $80 revenue sell to make $1. It's just not worth my time. I might love the product and maybe I just talk about it easily if I get something great. I did a comparison on that 1,000 volume mark. 1,000 volume at a bunch of different direct sell companies, our compensation plan to their compensation plans. And we're talking some of the big players in this game. The best case scenario, if you sold 1,000 volume worth of product, you would earn $50.
Period.
Like, that's the best case scenario.
If not Solex, another company, and I sold 1,000 volume, it doesn't matter how much money that was, 1,000 volume, I make $50 and that's it?
Yes.
Okay.
And at Solex on 1,000 volume, you make $450.
$400 more.
It's important for me to say that. We obviously, the disclaimer is we don't guarantee anybody's pay or performance for what they earn, but we do have the relationship between the sharer and the company, and that's called the direct bonus. We pay 45% on the volume that you sell directly. 45%. So on 100 volume, you get $45. On 1,000 volume, you get $450. 10,000 volume, you get $4,500.
Okay, we talked about how Solex doesn't have levels, but you do have things called gold and platinum.
Oh, good, yeah.
So that doesn't qualify a level. What's a high one? If I was pearl,
yeah,
and I sold 1,000 volume, I would still get $450. If I was gold and I sold 1,000 volume, I would still get $450.
Correct.
Wow.
On your directs, right?
Yeah.
Now, for the people who build organizations, and that's what creates ranks, right? Because we still want to reward people who know how to get people together, inspire them, motivate them, and teach them.
And some are great leaders.
We have other ways in which we compensate at that level, but it doesn't take away from where the money is made.
So if I'm a pearl and I have someone underneath me who's a rank of gold and they sell blue, they'll make the majority of the share of that money.
Yeah.
And I might see a little bit of it, but they'll make the majority.
Right.
And I'll see a little bit.
Right.
Because I taught them how to sell and I brought them.
Well, you're part of that. You're part of the organization of training, of development, organizing, and that's important. That differentiates direct selling in the proper form from true influencer or affiliate only. You can't build organizations in those models and be compensated. What we designed was, where should the money go in compensation? We believe it should go to where the money is realized. The majority should go to where the money is realized. And then the remainder can go to the other places where organizations are built, ranks are made, and we call that the pool share and rank advancement bonuses and rank maintenance bonuses. We have those, but it's inverted. More money is given to the person who shares.
Who did the work.
Other money is given to the people who organize.
So what I'm hearing then is Solex has set it up to be pretty flexible. Because there will be people out there, people like me, who maybe aren't very interested in making this their full-time gig, who don't want to start the whole business and train people underneath them and teach people how to sell. There will be people out there who aren't interested in that. But what you're saying is you can still love the product, share the product, and get paid on the product,
Yep.
and not have to understand the business side of it.
Correct. You don't have to build an organization to be successful here. We have plenty of people who are successful simply being influencers, simply being affiliates. They love some of the products and they sell some of the products and they sell them very well.
And it's
they
an extra
break.
$450 in their pocket and they're okay with it.
Again, obviously, we don't guarantee
That's
any
the
income,
example.
but that relationship is where, to your heart's content or to your level of influence within your network, you can grow your compensation. The great thing about that, I think, is people can always grow their network and can always grow their influence in their network too. And so if you love just having a bunch of customers that you have a great relationship and you support them really well, great, this is the place for you. If you want to build a big organization and also be compensated for that, great, we have a plan for that as well.
I think a common question I hear to us, to Solex, is why can't I just get a code from you guys? Why can't I just say, hey, here's this product blue.
Yeah.
It's click this, put in this code, and you'll get this % off, and then I'll get paid for sharing that because I made a sale. Why would you say the way it's set up now is better than that? Because that seems simple.
Yeah, that is simple. That is great. We do a similar thing. Instead of a code that a person has to remember and put in a enter your code for a discount box, every affiliate, every advocate, every influencer gets their own customized website. And it has all of the products there. Sometimes you go to the general companies and you enter a code when you're an influencer. Ours is just a different way of doing the same thing. Anytime somebody ends up on your website, sometimes they just share the link to their website. Sometimes they share the link to that product page. And some just do SEO trying to get people to their website. And so they can get cold market traffic to their website offering what we believe are the best products in the world.
So instead of giving codes, you're investing a little bit more into people. You're saying, I will create this website for you. So it's more streamlined. They can just go to one place. They don't have to remember a code and they can buy it. And it can be as simple as that. You don't have to ask people to sign up for something or join something. They can just buy a product.
Yeah, if you like this, here's the link that goes to that product on my webpage.
I think that is something that is commonly misunderstood about Solex, is if you want to have the product, if you want to buy the product, whatever it is, AO scan, a supplement, you have to sign up for something. Is that true? You have to sign up for something?
Well, we hope that people, for point one, you love this product or service, and so you love sharing about it.
Yes.
We do want people to be products of the products that they share. It's very difficult to tell somebody that this is a wonderful product and I've never tried it. And so on their regular consumption, to qualify for those ongoing renewals, let's say it's a subscription that the person, hey, they love this product, they love buying this product, they love consuming this product, they will buy it every month, they get a better deal by setting up a monthly subscription, subscribe and save concept. For you to continue to get compensation, you need to qualify, which basically means you need to be a product. It doesn't necessarily have to be that product that you already shared. You could change every month. But the key is to hold 100 volume or commissionable volume in product that you enjoy consuming every month. Okay. And that qualifies you to earn commissions from those renewal purchases every month.
So if I love the AO scanner, that's at least 100 volume.
It's 112 points, right? And yeah, so if you're on the monthly subscription of having access to the AO scan technology and you use all those scanning technology and everything that comes with it, there's a lot more into that one. That qualifies you for earning commission on all of your directs in your organization.
So then, to put this simply, if I love the AO scanner, I do the monthly subscription to AO scanner, I'm hitting the 100 volume then, I'm a QLA, I'm an influencer, and I happen to share Zymes with my neighbor, and my neighbor says, okay, yeah, I want to buy that. She goes to my website that you guys made for me. She buys Zymes. Because I have the AO scan subscription anyways, I'll make some money off
every
of
time.
her buying Zymes.
Every time.
No matter what, even if she doesn't do a subscription.
Yes. Anything that she purchases during her entire lifetime of purchasing from Solex through that account, you will get credit and be compensated for that.
Okay, so like an influencer.
Well, and the idea behind that is we want you to also nurture. We'd love for you to nurture that. For us, the relationship is critical.
Okay.
And we trust that because you created a relationship, that you will keep that relationship. You'll take care of those people.
Yeah.
And you'll be compensated every month that they buy from you through your website. Because of that, we want you to make sure you take care of them too. We'll do our part in taking care of them, reaching out to them. We want you to do the same.
That feels natural, right? Because you shared it. They liked it enough that they went and bought it for themselves. So then they like it, and it will naturally flow to them sharing to someone else. But if you check up on that, you can teach them, hey, you can make some money for liking this.
Oh, for sure.
And
that's an opportunity.
That's kind of where the business comes into it without it feeling like, I'm starting a business.
If
right?
they want to, or they can just stay a customer for you for the rest of their lives. That's great.
But if you want to, if you see that opportunity, you can turn that into, this can replace my job.
And then we have a lot of people that do this full time. And full time varies for different people. Sometimes for some people, full time is a few hours a week, and some people full time is a lot of hours every week. You go to your heart's content because this is your business. This is your opportunity to do what you want to do with it. To your heart's content means you can expand this, you can retract it. You can make this enormous and take over, or you could use it to make a car payment, or just support a struggling situation because your spouse lost their job, right? There's a lot of things that can happen, and that's what I love about this industry. This relationship that we have with tens of thousands of people like this, because it respects the individual and their time and what they want to do with it. They have respect for the products we build and the way in which we've chosen to compensate that individual along the way. I think we structured things where everybody can win in this, and that's my real goal, is that everybody should win in this model every time.
So is it fair to call Solex a multi-level marketing company?
You know what? For me, it's not. I know this industry really well. I understand multi-level marketing very well. Solex was structured as an affiliate offering with an organizational overlay, meaning the primary driver is for people to share with us in their affiliation the products with the people that they know. As they organize groups together, they can be compensated by the group performance. We don't pay out by level, so I don't think we're a multi-level marketing company.
Okay. I think a lot of my fears about Solex are soothed.
Good, good. Well, I hope a lot of people's are, and I hope that they can get past. The only thing different that's holding people back is accepting, jumping in, that they already do share. They share freely, and they do get compensated in some ways. This is just a formality, avoiding that ickiness of what we're not, which is we're not a multi-level marketing, and jumping into that we affiliate. We just share. We just want people to influence others and share our great products as best they can.
Becoming a QLA, becoming an influencer is just an agreement with Solex
That's
that
it.
we will pay you for sharing.
As simple as that.
Okay. Thank you.